Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Montessori Time. I'm your host Shubram Reddy. I'm a primary Montessori teacher trained by AMI. So today I'll be showing you some Montessori activities that we can create for our children at home. So before we move into the video, please do subscribe if you want to know more about the Montessori world. This is also going to prepare the children indirectly for writing, because today I'm going to show you a cutting activity, and everyone uses the same three fingers, the pencil fingers, for cutting anything. So this is going to build coordination of movement within the pencil fingers, or develop grip, which will help us to prepare him indirectly for writing. And we all know that children have an urge to cut, and I think this is a good opportunity to teach them. So I've prepared some slips. This is just any regular paper, and I've made a few shapes on them. I would give this paper first because it's slightly less challenging for the child. They're all corners. You can just cut it in one step. You can cut it in 4 steps. And this is the next one. This is slightly more challenging compared to the rectangles, because he has to cut like this in one direction and go in another direction, and also minding that he doesn't tear the paper when he's shifting direction. So this is the next. These are just like waves. So this is a little more challenging because he has to cut within the lines, and he has to, since there are curves, even for an adult, cutting along curved lines is slightly challenging. So this will be fun for him to check out. And finally we have the circles. So cutting around these lines is going to take real concentration, and he must have gained lots of experience by cutting in all these other shapes. So he has reached to this level. In fact, cutting a circle is even challenging for an adult. So this requires great skill and concentration, which is good, which is what we want for our children. We want them to practice concentration as much as they can. We need to create chances for them to concentrate, because it's one of the most important aspects in development or in understanding any concept completely. A child needs to concentrate. You might be wondering why there are 4 rectangles or so many circles. That's because we always like to encourage repetition, and if repetition is within the piece, it's much more better, because the child is going to finish one circle and move to the next and move to the next. If you would have given him 4 smaller pieces of different shapes, he would have just cut 1 or 2 and then he would have gone on to another activity. But by having multiple shapes within one strip, he knows that he has to finish cutting all. So he knows that he has to finish cutting all these 4 rectangles before he moves into any other activity. And by doing that, we're aiding his repetition. And whenever a child is repeating, doing the same thing continuously, it definitely leads to concentration. It pulls all his concentration into cutting. By the time he reaches the 3rd or the 4th rectangle, he would have definitely made some mental markers, and he must be on an efficient way to cut this shape. And this happened only because this material aided for repetition, and through repetition he was concentrating. And through this, what the human mind does is it finds patterns, or it compares with the past, and it makes mental markers, and it finds more efficient ways or shortcuts to fulfill the same task. So he will definitely cut this fourth rectangle much more efficiently. He's using his thumb, index and middle finger. So it's going to strengthen these fingers and indirectly prepare him for writing. I know it's beautiful, right? Thinking how just one small piece of cutting activity can lead to so much. But that's what the human mind can do. So don't think he's just cutting, or this is not an important activity, or that is an important activity, because everything is important, everything is developmental. Or we don't know what will help the child to discover new things. So we have to introduce him to a rich variety of activities and let him do the rest of the part. So yeah, happy Montessori time. Bye bye.